It grabbed national headlines and really started a national conversation. Local police seen decked out in equipment meant to wage war last summer on the streets of Ferguson, Missouri.
Those are some of the images right there, and in just a few hours, President Obama will announce a plan to get much of this equipment off U.S. streets by restricting police use of some military gear and out banning the use of other gear. Our Justice reporter Evan Perez following this story for us. Evan, what's the latest?
Well, John, this is quite a list of items that are being banned from the federal government being transferred to local police. I'll give you a list real quick, including armored vehicles that run on tracks that looks like tanks, basically, firearms or ammunition of 50 caliber or higher, grenade launchers, bayonets, when's the last time you heard of that one? And camouflage, certain types of camouflage uniforms. And what you just raised is the concern that came upon the administration in light of Ferguson, which was that police were responding perhaps too heavy-handedly. Now, on the flip side, you also have a criticism in light of Baltimore, where the police kind of stood back as protests turned violent there. So the question is, how does this affect the way police do their jobs in light of, every situation is different,
So, Evan, the administration is saying what they're trying to do is strike a balance between what's appropriate and what's useful in terms of what police need to do their job. What then do you think is a long-term impact of this? Because you're going to have some police saying that these tools they need these tools.
After September 11th, they got these and they were thrilled with it.
Right, exactly, and that is the big question: is how to balance both the need to have police protect themselves in case of a very, very serious emergency, and whether how do they use this when you have just regular protesters on the streets? And the other question too is, how does this affect the way police do their jobs normally? As you know, there's been a spate of shootings and other deaths in law enforcement custody of African Americans, and so that's part of the larger conversation the administration is trying to spur. I can tell you that part of this initiative is simply to try to get some of the stuff that is the headline grabbing stuff off the streets, and to make sure that when you see police responding, it's with the type of force that is necessary, absolutely necessary.
Evan, quickly, in 10 seconds or less, if police want to get their hands on some of this stuff on their own and just not use federal funds, can they still do that?
They can still do that. They can buy it from private suppliers.
All right, Evan Perez, great to have you with us. Thank you so much. You always answer all of our questions. And if you all have any questions for, say,